We
are live. Good morning, crypto warriors, and welcome back to the Gentlemen of Crypto, episode 198. Today is Thursday, June 27th, and I'm King.
And I'm Bitcoin Zay, and we are here to bridge the gap between cryptocurrency and the community Monday through Friday at 10ish.
10ish, there we go. This is loading up already. D-Truth 7695. What's going on? Tessa Hall, good morning. Kevin Hodges, Banger Committee, Malik Howard, Crypto Q, Jizzy Matt, Gabriel Hernandez, Marcellus Love, Sergeant Crypto, Stanimir Ivanov. What's going on? We live. Of course, Tonio and Sergeant Crypto.
Absolutely.
What is up, everybody? And actually, if you haven't seen it already, I want to give a shout out. Ramo, he added a video to our Discord group of the Don Draper Fireside Chat. If you haven't seen it, go check it out. It's pretty good. Don Draper is definitely a pillar in this community. I mean, we don't have a lot of billionaires out there who are standing up for crypto, but he is one of them, so definitely want to give him a shout out. And hey, hopefully he keeps doing the good thing. Whatever. He even called out Warren Buffett. He called out Dino Diamond and a couple other people. He was like, look, I mean, he basically said the same thing we've been saying. Yeah, he was like, look, I can understand. They got billions of dollars in fiat. Of course they don't want crypto to do well. But he was like, that's just not the reality of what's happening next. So shout out to Don Draper. It was a good video.
Oh, yeah. And quick shout out to Bitcoin Vegan for the shirt. Bros and Bitcoin.
Oh, there we go. I didn't see that.
I was going to say, can't really see it because of the print right here. But yeah, Bros and Bitcoin shirt. Appreciate that shirt, Bitcoin Vegan. Definitely make sure you hit him up on bitcoinvegan.com. Get your shirts. Bros and Bitcoin.
Here we go. Shout out to Bitcoin Vegan. Without further ado, who won those free Satoshis yesterday?
Oh, yeah. So yesterday, nobody won any free Satoshis. I failed to give a question of the day yesterday. However, we will have one today. So
combo breaker.
Oh, yeah. So make sure you keep watching.
All righty. Let's jump into it. A lot of good stories today. First and foremost, breaking news that just came out. Supreme Court denies Silk Road founder Ross Ulbricht's petition to review life sentence. You know, this goes without saying because you all watch every day for the most part, or listen every day for our podcast. So if you're in the crypto community, as you all are, you definitely want to look at this case and what happened with Silk Road a few years ago. Basically, a lot of boundaries are overstepped federally. A lot of corruption was going on. We talked about this case many times before, but basically Ross Ulbricht got sentenced to life in prison for running the now defunct website Silk Road. However, you know, he had to go to court in New York City, even though he wasn't there for the, you know, the case shouldn't even been tried there, but it was tried in New York City, right next door to Wall Street, and they gave him life in prison. This was about 2014, 2013 now?
Yeah, 2013.
2013. So this, of course, is before crypto was huge, as big as it is now. And literally, they just threw the hammer on him to make an example. So it looks like he tried to go to Supreme Court to get at least an appeal. The U.S. Supreme Court denied him a petition, certiorari, preventing the Silk Road operator from appealing his life sentence before the high court. And I mean, again, it's just one of those things where you give a guy life in court already for a very convoluted case. I mean, this is the one where the Secret Service agent, who was the head of cryptocurrency of the division, was stealing crypto from him. They set up people to get murdered. I think an FBI agent was involved as well. Both of those guys got sentenced to prison as well.
Took over $1 million worth of Bitcoin.
Right. So it's just a lot of scandal going on in this, but they decided to give him life in prison because of that.
And all he did was operate a website. Definitely innovation. But as we always say, first person through the door gets shot, and he got hit with a cannon because they threw him under the jail. Basically, they won't even give him a chance to represent himself. Right. I'm sure if he was in front of
the Supreme Court, they took his Bitcoin. And they confiscated his Bitcoin.
Money, they took everything he made. And I mean, this is a guy sitting at a coffee shop on a laptop for years. It's definitely one of those things that if he wants to get out, the only way he'll get out is probably a presidential pardon.
That's more like
that's pretty much it.
We got you though. We got people that's running for crypto here soon.
That's why we are confident that if there are politicians who are in crypto or accepting crypto, maybe somebody makes it to the highest office who understands that what he did wasn't a crime, but what the people on the website may have done, those people need to be they need to be prosecuted. And I mean, Ross Ulbricht, he's served a lot of time for what he's done
already.
Already.
And they took all of his money.
Yeah, exactly. If anything, if they had a case, it would be the money transmission or whatever licenses they would say he needed. However, the timing would be off because in 2013 they didn't have this stuff. They didn't. I mean, all this regulation you see is literally just now started. Last 2 years.
It just started really last 6 months.
Yeah, really. Yeah. So all the rules that are in place now, most of them were not in place back then, or if they were very gray area where it was like, well, virtual currencies can be considered property tax or can be taxed by the IRS, but they didn't actually give an actual statement for what to do with Bitcoin. So sorry to hear that from Ross Ulbricht. Hopefully that somebody can see the light. Like somebody just said here, he needs his handlers to bring this to Trump for a pardon. If not him, the next president.
Right.
I mean, whoever could try and get him out. That's pretty much it. Presidential pardon.
Kevin Hodges, great point. He said he poked a hole in the power structure. That is what happened. I mean, the Backpage just got shut down for the website. Those who don't know, at least it's actually international. Backpage was, everybody knew soliciting prostitutes on Backpage. All right. They finally got shut down after about 7 years of operation, 7 or 8 years of operation. They finally got shut down. They probably didn't pay that regulator. They said, I'm tired of playing this game. But when they shut them down, I didn't hear about their CEO getting life in prison. Craigslist, which still operates, which everyone knows that has prostitution on it, still has. And I'm not even trying to be a dry snitch out here, all right? But I'm just
everybody knows this stuff.
This is common knowledge. So I'm just saying we're gonna play the game, play it somewhat fair, but that site's still operating. All types of stuff goes on. And again, it's because it's not site specific. You can go on Facebook and sell drugs and prostitution. I mean, people get killed on Facebook Live these days. You know what I mean? You're not arresting Mark Zuckerberg because a murder was committed on Facebook Live.
Yeah. Or a drug deal happened.
Right.
Or whatever. Yeah.
So for him to get this punishment again, this was a shot at the cryptocurrency industry as a whole. And against him specifically, I don't know what they told him to convince him to give up his Bitcoin to the government. That's the thing that killed me. Was like, what did they tell you? Because he gave up his Bitcoin and he still got life in prison, and they're denying his appeals. Again, hopefully this guy will make it out on the other side. He was one of many people who got, like you said, first person through the door.
Charlie Shrum.
I was just about to say Charlie Shrum was another one. They arrested him and put him in prison at 23 years old, 24 years old. And again, our thing with this is that you're criminalizing this industry and you're putting people. This guy's getting life in prison. I mean, if that's the case, I'm not advocating, doing anything negative or violence, but hey, I'll earn my life in prison.
Yeah,
I don't want to go
like,
for running a website.
From a coffee shop.
It's people with Manson guys, serial killers in there, serial rapists in there, all the bad crimes in there, and you put a guy who owns a website in that same place. So
and I haven't seen really much evidence that he deserves it. So
right.
This is ridiculous, and I believe somebody said, that Bitcoin will never be back in circulation. You are right. That's why I suggested somebody create a website for every time the government has confiscated Bitcoin. Let's try and add up how much Bitcoin they probably have. Because if that Bitcoin is never going to be in circulation again, that's actually less supply than we actually think it is.
That's true.
Along with all the coins that have been lost and coins that people won't touch, that's less supply. That's actually higher price demand. So
even bigger, as you said before, some of these other cases where they confiscate the Bitcoin. What happened to the Bitcoin Gold? What happened to the Bcash? They literally took millions of dollars of Bitcoin away from this guy, and we all know what happened with the forks. I mean, this is possibly it was 2013. It's possibly up to upwards of $80 million of crypto from this guy right here on the low end, probably. So I do want to know what happened with that.
And I was going to say they dumped on grandma basically. They got all this Bcash, sent it to Ver, and was like, "Do what you do, brother," and then just dumped it on everybody.
All right. And more positive story though. Japan's Line plans to launch crypto exchange in July. Excludes Japanese and U.S. traders. Let's go ahead and start for Japan in general. If you don't know what Line is, people, we said before last year we talked about Line. Line is huge. It's basically the WeChat of Japan. It's everything all in one. It's like Yelp. You can find restaurants, you can chat, you can call people. Literally, you do it all online. So especially if you're an expat, you go to Japan. Like the first thing you should do before you even get there is just download Line. You're going to have to use it.
Gotta use it.
But my point is that's how huge of an app that is. And now they're launching their own crypto exchange in July.
Oh yeah.
It looks like they're gonna have 30 coins on it next month. And it counts around 200 million monthly users already. 200 million. That's a country. Yeah. They have a country on the app, people. And it confirmed it will offer crypto-to-crypto trading platform Bitbox globally, but it's excluding, of course, the U.S. and Japan. since we want to do what we do with these regulations.
Yeah, and it's funny. It's made by a Japanese company, and people in Japan can't even use it. People in the U.S. supposedly can't use it. And remember, this means your IP address can't be from these countries. So we'll see how far this goes, because I'm sure there's some technical people on tour or on the dark web who have a way to use Line in order to buy crypto. I'm sure those people will be out there. However, this is good because adoption-wise, if you want a lot of people to use crypto, you have to rely on international social media apps, because they actually centralize it more than anything we have. I mean, if they want you to use it, you're going to use it. Like Line, Keiko Talk in China, these they make people use it. So if they offer cryptocurrency, I'm pretty sure they'll buy it through there. And even though they can't use it in Japan, there's a whole world of people who can. So
right,
Bitbox, it'll be a great way to see onboarding, the onboarding process. And I want to see if they can actually handle the amount of volume, scaling,
because it's going to happen.
Everybody thinks they can,
but they already have 200 million people, and you're going to offer it to everyone at once.
Exactly.
I feel like they almost have to do a beta where it's like, all right, the top 7% of users, whoever uses the app the most, get it first, roll out. Because if you roll that out to 200 million users, like you said, they think they're ready.
They think you're ready.
They are not. It's not enough. It's not enough support out there. I mean, period. It's just not. I mean, Coinbase found that out the hard way. So did Poloniex. There's not enough support to offer this to 200 million users overnight. So it will be interesting.
Oh yeah.
Alex. Oh, what's going on, Alex Daly? He said, he said he uses it in America. Bitcoin Vegan, what's up? Bitcoin Zeta shout you out. He's wearing your shirt today.
Oh yeah. Appreciate you.
Here we go.
Yep.
All right, P-Man Van is back in action. Hey, P-Man, hope everything's been well. What's going on, Warrior?
Oh, yeah. Good to see you, brother.
All right, another exclusive story. These things are just popping out today. Binance set to launch its first crypto-fiat exchange in Uganda.
My man,
everything's
CZ.
Going toward Africa. We've been saying that.
CZ, I told you.
What is going on with Binance?
Against the Chinese. I don't know why people don't understand, but I've been in this long enough to know, do not bet against the Chinese or the Chinese CEOs that have companies, exchanges, because they operate on a different level. They operate on the level of 100-year, 50-year plans, and they've obviously moved a lot of people and a lot of their resources to the African continent. Countries such as Uganda, Ghana, South Africa, other ones you may have heard of, they have moved their operations there, and crypto is no different. So Binance has seen the writing on the wall. They see that crypto being backed by natural resources or by human capital or by capital in general is the move for the future, and nobody has more of that than the African continent. So his partnership with Uganda, the ability to trade crypto for fiat, is a big power move and will give Binance the clearance, in my opinion, to operate in other African countries. Because once it works in one, the African Union should be able to use his resources in order to operate in other countries. And Ghana, in my opinion, Ghana will definitely benefit from this. Like it says in the article, they basically were like, some people don't have banking, but we're the first time in history we have the technology. They can skip right over the legacy banking,
right,
just with a phone,
and go straight to crypto.
So for older people, they may think, I may not be able to use it. Well, you got a bunch of 10, 15, 20-year-olds who are doing it. What do you think the next generation is going to use? It's going to be purely crypto to fiat, fiat to crypto. So great move there, CZ.
And CZ is quoted as saying, we think that crypto has a very strong use case in less developed countries. There's more money to be made in a more developed country, but we want to distribute crypto to the rest of the world. Now, they're not slick on this, CZ.
Right.
There is more money right now to be made in the developed world, but in the less developed world is where you're going to find your trillionaires.
Long
that
term.
is the truth. Because even right now, if you notice, when you look at Africa, and we know Africa's a continent, a lot of countries inside is huge. But when you look at Africa and you see some of these, I guess the czars there, the executives there who make a lot of money, who earn the multi-millions and billionaires, they're doing it using the same industries as first world countries. It's just that no one has brought some of these industries to Africa. So you see steel magnets popping up. You see concrete magnets popping up, construction magnets popping up, cell phones and wireless services magnets popping up. So I think it's going to be the same thing in crypto. Right now, there's more money to be made in developed country. But if you go to an underdeveloped or less developed country, you're going to have a higher return in the next 5 to 10 years than you would in a America or a European country.
Oh, yeah. And that's why we have Acoin in Senegal. And that's why you have companies like Bitmari in Zimbabwe.
Right.
And in South Africa, you have Vinny Lingham and his people are operating down there. Trust me, it's much more potential in these developing countries, because if you have an entire generation of people who are introduced to crypto and they can basically use it because of the technology, I guarantee you the kids that come up, they are not going backwards. Stop thinking that it's going to be some confluence of banking alongside crypto. Maybe in the U.S.,
no
maybe
reason
in China,
for banks.
Not in underdeveloped countries. They're not going to be like, well, all right, now that we have this great technology on our phone, let's build buildings and let's write checks. Like, no.
Let's put our phones back on wires.
Yeah, exactly.
Like,
yeah, let's go backwards. Yeah, no, that's not happening.
S1 Dub said this move towards Africa has been quietly going on since the late 90s at least. They also said everything is going towards Africa. Why aren't we? So we talked about this before, but just briefly, we actually are going toward Africa, but it's just in the military sense. I keep telling people the next world war will be physically fought in Africa. Literally, you got China there, you have Russia there, you have the United States there. When I say they're there, I'm talking about armed forces with their bases. They're all trying to take over Africa in specific strategic spots. And they're going to try to do to Africa what the rest of the world has been doing to it for the last, for forever, for basically. Oh, yeah. And that's to rob them.
And exactly. I got a lot of friends from African countries. And you know, they have remittances they send back and forth. I've showed all of them how to send crypto back and forth. Some of them have actually used it in crypto friendly places, but that's definitely the one use case where I know that'll be one of the big ones. But there's so many. I mean, there's plenty of them out there in a lot of the African countries. So good to see.
Clove71, thank you for liking and sharing. Exactly. Hey, people, we're coming up on our 200th episode next week. We're 28 people away from the 2,000 subscribers. So make sure you smash that like and share button.
Subscribe.
Tell some people you haven't heard about. Let's do all of that on the same day we can.
Create a fake YouTube. And
just do all that. Let's get it going. All right.
We appreciate everybody, though.
Yeah, we definitely appreciate the support. FBI has 130 ongoing crypto cases, a small sliver of all investigations, agent says.
I'm sure.
Oh, my goodness. FBI agent Kyle Armstrong said the Bureau has 130 ongoing crypto-related cases with dark web drug sales, a particular concern, Bloomberg reported. Wednesday, June 27th. First of all, is this FBI agent their public affairs officer? Because why is he even talking to the press?
Yeah, exactly. He must be the PR guy.
Speaking at the Crypto Evolve conference in New York on Wednesday, the supervisory special agent said the number represented a small sliver of FBI activities, which numbered thousands of cases. The agency nonetheless noticed an increase in illegal activity facilitated by cryptocurrency payments. You know what? We're not gonna get into the story. Yeah,
increase, bro. No numbers beside it, just increase.
Exactly.
It could be 12 people did it, and then now it's 13. Come on, man.
So exactly. And my thing is, where are you getting these stats from?
Yeah.
There hasn't been enough time. You all haven't done enough research, and there's enough crime going on with fiat currency that we need to focus there right now.
Yeah.
Why are we shifting over? And don't get me wrong, if it was some big plot going on that everybody was using crypto or terrorism, whatever, which we know you're going to make up soon enough. But if that was a case where some big RICO case and all these people internationally using, but it's not the case right now. Everyone wants cash.
Yeah, it's just not.
Criminals don't believe in crypto yet. They're still scared of it. They still believe in cash and giving it over to banks like HSBC and duffel bags, or to Chase Bank over the counter. They still believe in cash. So, like you said, when they say an increase of criminal activity and stuff, what are you talking about? You had 15 cases last year, and like you said, 18 this year.
Yeah, exactly.
What does the increase mean? I'm not understanding why we're diverting tax dollars and resources to this.
Yeah, and I know the FBI has better things to do on their plate. Those 130 cases, like, that is a drop in the bucket. If they have thousands that they have to tend to, but of course they have to put this out just to say that they are fighting against whatever human trafficking, drugs, or whatever that they have to put out PR-wise. But they have a lot of stuff to do anyway. We have a lot of much bigger problems than crypto people.
Right.
I mean, we got people calling cops on 8-year-olds out here willy-nilly, and you got
for selling water.
Yeah, for selling water.
But you over here worried
Permit
about
Patty out here operating, but you over here worried about crypto people. But it's one of those things where they've already come out with the statistics that crypto is a very small amount of any of the illegal activity in the world, so it's not a big starter. But the article makes it seem bigger than it is. So.
Right. P-Man Van says, amazing how getting into crypto made me discover how much injustice there is in the world. Exactly. That's one of the things, we don't want to be negative, but it's something that's like you have to point out, because this is happening in front of our face. Like, you're seeing corrupt governments, you're seeing corrupt regulators, backdoor deals, everything operating right in front. I mean, it's to the point now, and I give it to President Trump. He made it so that the real criminals, those are in government, I'm not saying he is, but some other ones are in government, they're not even scared anymore. They're like, hey, you can get away with saying what you want, doing what you want. And again, that is also why it's a great time for crypto, because It's two sides of that playing field. Crypto Q called him Agent Mitch Flanders. I think that's a great name for him.
Oh yeah. Yeah, Mitch Flanders.
I keep telling everybody, wait until we get government spending on the blockchain.
Oh, man.
Where we can see every dollar that went to that $800 hammer you bought, that $3,000 wrench.
Yeah, that $10 million plane you got that nobody has used in 10 years.
Wait until we get the government on crypto and government on blockchains and we make governments public again.
Oh, yeah.
Close 71, thank you for the tip.
Oh,
Definitely
yeah.
appreciate it.
Thanks
D-Live
for the
and
tip.
Steam Monsters. There we go. Thank you,
Appreciate that.
thank you. All right, last but not least, Coinbase CEO launches charitable initiative to help people in emerging markets. That's what I'm talking about.
Oh, yeah.
When you are out here destroying the industry, that's the way you keep your face in the good name, good nature.
Yeah. If you're gonna mess up the community, you gotta get
You
some free turkeys.
You gotta throw away.
You gotta get some free turkeys.
Hey, Nino Brown, throw some free turkeys out,
Hey,
Brian.
man, if you're gonna leave vials all over the place, you gotta give away some free turkeys.
Brian got one of those, what was it, the PR exec from Facebook came in and was like, look, all you do is put away $2 million to $5 million. We'll give away that to people who need it, whatever.
We'll make that back in the day.
We'll make that back and you'll look good. But CEO of cryptocurrency exchange Coinbase, Brian Armstrong, has announced the launch of a charitable initiative to financially empower people by distributing cryptocurrency globally, according to a blog post published June 27th. Looks like this nonprofit initiative, GiveCrypto.org, intends to raise funds from crypto owners and distribute small amounts to people who live in emerging markets, more specifically to those going through financial crisis.
Venezuela.
Right. It aims to help people in need by sending money to them directly, advance real-world usage and benefits of cryptocurrency, and provide universal access to an open financial system. Brian Armstrong wrote in a blog post. Before we dig into this, I will just say, you could just give away some of your fees, or lower the fees, but hey,
that would work.
That would cut into your
But
business.
that will cut into the business. Nah.
What's going on with this story?
Well, I want to focus it more on GiveCrypto.org.
Okay.
Coinbase is a contributor to GiveCrypto.org. They have a goal of 10 million, but they already have 3.5 million. So it's not like they,
they're close. They're right there.
It's not like they're just, falling by the wayside and please come save us, Coinbase. They actually have their own, team set up. They have ambassadors in different countries in their targeted markets. So GiveCrypto.org, along with BitGive, along with a few other companies that have, or 501c3s, I should say, that have the ability to receive crypto on the blockchain. You can see the wallet that it goes to. You can track where you send it. That is very big, especially in the humanitarian world, because we have seen people exploit. They come out with a news article. We gave 20 million to whatever country, and we don't know where that money went. Haiti. And
right.
In the blockchain world, when we see it go to a wallet, it goes to different addresses. We can track it everywhere it goes and who gets the money. So good to see there. I think 10 million is actually pretty low of a number for now.
It's a good start.
It's a good start, but over time, especially depending on how much crypto they bring in, if they get 10 million worth of crypto now and crypto increases in value over time, if they keep some of it or people save some of it or hold it, as people say, they could actually increase their value much more. So that's good to see. We've seen this before from other companies, but as far as just a company that focuses on giving crypto, this is very good to see, especially long term in underdeveloped countries.
Is their founder Brian Armstrong? They got him here for this video.
Yeah.
Oh, he is a founder.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, they're using. Yeah, that's what I'm
it's a
saying.
good tax write-off. Look, come on, you're not. Look, I know the game.
Nobody
Brian.
starts a business without starting a charity.
That is true.
Every single one.
That is very.
That's
true.
one of the first things they tell you. I didn't even go to B school, but I watched enough documentaries and YouTube videos and stuff to figure out that every single successful business has a charity somewhere. It doesn't matter if you know about it or if they have some sort of charity, so they can push that money off there. So
my biggest red flag from Brian too. I mean, again, he's a great businessman. Do not get me wrong. He has shown he has what it takes. But his partner who went to Duke University, literally 15 minutes up the street from our college, he graduated the same year. He started Coinbase with Brian. He split ways with him like a year and a half ago. And for somebody like that who went to Duke.
Very smart guy.
Right, very smart guy. That whole area, the Research Triangle and all that stuff in North Carolina, Raleigh, Durham and all those areas, a lot of good people. So for him to part ways right before Coinbase is about to boom, to me that said a lot about something they're doing behind the scenes.
Yep.
S1 Dubs, shout out to this comment. He's on fire. He or she is on fire today. They said giving away crypto is nice, but merchants need to be hooked up at the same time to help build a crypto economy. Exactly.
Yeah.
That's the big thing. You can give away 10, 20, $30 million worth of crypto, But if no one A knows how to use it, or B no one accepts it, then it's worthless. So you're right. The main thing I would think to be is we need to build something right now where we start donating to these merchants. Like, hey, this is to get you started in the crypto business, teach you how to use it, and then after that, start donating to people so that hey, this is a real economy.
Yeah, and guess who has payment processing ability? Coinbase. I'm pretty sure if they give away all this 10 million worth of crypto and these businesses, they want to use it as merchants, they're going to say, all right, so who can we use as a payment processor? Oh, what about the company that just gave us the money? And then Coinbase makes their money back in fees. So very, very smart, very savvy. But, just want to make sure if you're a philanthropist, be a real one. Just send it and, and come up with a plan for how people can use it. But, yeah.
All right. What are we doing for the free Bitcoin today?
Oh, yeah. So for the free Bitcoin, do you think companies like Coinbase should have 501c3s where they send money overseas, or do you think it should be kept to the people? Do you think just people should give it? Like BitGive is an organization not run by a CEO. There's a few other ones that I'm losing the name now, but do you think they should be run by CEOs or should they be run by regular people? And if not, if you haven't done already, donate to one of these companies as well.
I get what you're saying. So, okay. So should it be the Bill Gates Foundation or should it be average guys foundation that Bill Gates donate to?
Absolutely. Because on one hand, you have more money, but on the other hand, you probably have more transparency. We'll see. We'll see what people say, battle it out in the comments. We'll send that free Satoshis to your public address.
All right. Other than that, again, people, we're coming up on this 200 episode, and sometime next week we're going to have it. We're 28 people away from 2,000 subscribers. Hopefully we can hit that on the same day next week. We got a few days to go, so make sure you like and share this video if you like it, of course. For our podcast folks, make sure you leave a review if you can. And, of course, we still have our giveaways going on, 7 newsletters for $10, as well as a 50-50 giveaway.
Yep. Oh yeah, 50% off. If you have the most subscribers that you refer, you will win the free treasure. We have 3 days left in the month. 3 days, people, for this promotion to continue. So, and we'll send out the winner next week. All
right, sounds good. Other than that, have a happy Thursday, people. Life is good. The crypto market is good. We're every day learning more and fighting back all the market and industry. So until then, cheers.
Have a good one.